Okay, welcome to episode 22 of Public Trust Review. I'm Kirk Vartan. Welcome, Tom.
Hello.
And the name of this particular episode is Ethics Program Not on the Council's Agenda. And Tom, I'm going to kick this off to you to start us off.
Okay, so 20 years ago, the city council, city staff, and the public came together and agreed that there should be a set of standards, ethics standards, and connected to actual behaviors. And that's what is in the ethics code and the behavioral standards for council members.
And just this past year, the grand jury, the civil grand jury in Santa Clara County came up with a report that said unsportsmanlike conduct, Santa Clara City Council, really challenging the code of ethics and values and behavioral standards that the city has implemented and saying, we got a kind of a disconnect here.
And as a result, they recommended that the city needed an independent public ethics commission to hold the city council and the city staff accountable.
And as they list here, they want it to be transparent, ethical, unbiased, and beyond reproach kind of thing. All right, we're going to show a couple videos here that is kind of a precursor of what the council's response to that recommendation is.
I think that this would be better brought up in the Governance and Ethics Committee. The committee focused on the refinement of established policies and procedures regarding city operations and general good government practices, as well as further implementation of the city's Code of Ethics and Values program. Because I feel like we've got the committees necessary and the public meetings necessary to discuss these issues out in the public.
And the result here is, as the council has now mentioned, they have a governance and ethics committee as a justification on why they do not want to commit to having a separate commission that they feel would be overlapping on this existing commission. So there's an independent ethics commission would be overlapping with their governance and ethics committee.
And they missed the fact that this is it's supposed to be an independent committee, not a council committee, which is what governance and ethics is. But they're right that there's a purpose in the government and ethics committee description to do further implementation of the Code of Ethics and Values program. Now, I've watched these committee meetings from December in 2021, from December in 2022, and now last week, the meeting in March. And nowhere in these meetings do they discuss further implementation of the ethics program. And the grand jury is saying they really need to further implement the ethics and values program. What you're seeing here is the work plan for this next year, which focuses on reviewing and potentially revising council policies that already exist. There's nothing in here about further implementation of the ethics program.
Well, they do mention ethics. They mention on this work plan the title of the Governance and Ethics Committee, and they mention that they're going to approve and discuss the the governance and ethics work plan.
And the problem with this is setting the agenda for the city council for the year. Now, there are some minor changes to this work plan that were approved, but there's no minutes yet, so there's no way to get the final version of what this is. But they didn't add anything about ethics in the final version.
And the big thing that, again, in talking to you about this, that I heard is that they aren't focusing, like they used the Governance and Ethics Committee as a rationale for not establishing an ethics commission, independent ethics commission. Yet when it comes time to actually having those meetings with the Governance and Ethics Committee, they don't actually talk about any of the ethical issues that were brought up during the grand jury report or anything that was brought up by the public. Which
is one of the reasons why the grand jury focuses on the independence of a commission, because what they're doing in this Governance and Ethics Committee is managing what issues they discuss. And in this case, they're choosing not to discuss any of them.
Well, all right. Well, I thank you for that. And we will close our session and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.